Hello design aspirants. I hope you're all preparing well for the upcoming design exams like UCID and NID. In these exams, logical reasoning is a very big part and you have to be very thorough with all the subjects related to the logical reasoning. As part of the Curiosity series, we are focusing mainly on logical reasoning and the different topics that come under logical reasoning. For today's video, we will be discussing mainly about surface counting, which is coming under the logical reasoning part of UCID as well as NID. If you see the previous year questions of UCID, you can see the weightage of logical reasoning, and it is a very big part of the UCID examination, and it is very important that you must practice more questions under logical reasoning. The thing is that in the design exam like this, the examiner is trying to understand the designer in you. So you have to be thinking like a designer while attending these kinds of examination. I am Kannan Ramakrishnan and you are with Think Institute of Design. In this video, we will be dealing with surface counting questions which are asked in the previous year question papers. Surface counting an important part of non-verbal reasoning as well as logical reasoning for UCID and NID. So it's count for a many number of questions from these two examinations. So let's learn basics of surface counting, and then after that we will move on to some basic questions, then some questions from previous year UCID questions. First, surface counting is a basic technique. If you know projections of a 3D figure, the surface counting technique is very simple. I am trying to introduce you to two types of techniques for counting the number of surfaces. First one I am proposing is that you have to count the number of surfaces according to the faces, according to the views: front, back, right, left, top and bottom. Okay, you have to count the number of surface according to this manner. Okay, what's the main advantage of doing like this is that you will not be missing any surfaces while counting like this. You will not be missing any surfaces, as well as you will not be over counting or under counting the number of surfaces while using this method. So let's count the total number of surfaces using this technique. Okay, so in front view, how many surfaces I can see? I can see only one surface in the front view. And similarly in back side, how many surfaces I can see in the back side? I can see only one surface in the back side. Okay, next on the right side, let's check the right side. I am taking this as the right side. So how many surfaces are there on right side? 1, 2, 3 and 4. I think I am having only 4 surfaces on the right side. Okay, let me just mark the number of surfaces on front and back. 1 and 1 on the front and back. So next again after right, left side surface we have to mark. Okay, left side surfaces. How many left side surfaces we can see here? I think there is one over here and another one over here. So I can find 2 surfaces on the left side. Again, if you move on to the next view is top view. From top view, if you are observing this figure from the top view, you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, I can see 4 surfaces from the top side. So you can also see this slanted surface, but we have already counted that slanted surface in the right side view. So 1, 2, 3, 4 surfaces on the top side. Okay, lastly but not least, the bottom surface also we have to take into consideration. There is only 1 surface in the bottom surface. So totally we are having 6, 8, 12, 13 surfaces. We are having 13 surfaces in this particular 3D geometry. Now I am moving to the second technique. In this technique, we are going to see about the visible and invisible surfaces that are present on this 3D figure. Okay, let's check out the visible surfaces first. So visibly in this 3D figure, how many surfaces you can find out. So I'm just naming all the surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I am seeing only 9 visible surfaces over here. Okay, next I am moving on to invisible surfaces. How many invisible surfaces are present in this figure? So we will start with the bottom side. Okay, bottom side is invisible for us. This one is the bottom side. That is 1. Left side is also invisible to our eyes. So this is 2. Back side of this solid is also invisible for us. This is 3. And this face, this particular face is also invisible for us. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 invisible surfaces totally present. So if we total the total number of surfaces, we will be getting 13. Okay, the answer is same. And you have to check that which technique or which method is suitable for you, which method is more time saving. I think the visible and invisible method is more time saving for you, because in our examination, time is a very important constraint. So the method which provides us more time for answering other question, we will be choosing that question. Okay, let's move on to the first question. Let me read the question for you. How many surfaces are there in the given 3D figure? The surface that is not visible is in the figure is flat. So again, in this question, we will be using visible and invisible surface method. Okay, so let's count first. Let's count the number of visible surfaces on this 3D figure. Okay, from right side I am starting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I think I can see almost 11 surfaces in this 3D figure. Okay, 3D figure that are visible to our eyes. Okay, next I am moving on to the invisible surfaces. Invisible surfaces. Let's check out how many invisible surface we can find out. Okay, this is we will start with the bottom surface. 1. The left side surface 2. The back surface 3. This is 4. Opposite to face number 3 is invisible, so I am counting it as invisible 4. Then opposite to 8, the parallel surface which is opposite to number 8 is also invisible, so this is 5. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 invisible surfaces, so 5. Totally I can see 16 surfaces. Okay, I think you have got a correct idea of how to count the number of surfaces in a given 3D figure. Let's move on to the second question. Okay, let's move on to the second question. This is also a similar question, a simple question. We have to count the total number of surfaces in the 3D figure. Okay, so let's read the question carefully. How many surfaces are there in the given 3D figure? The surface that is not visible in the figure is to be considered as flat surface. Okay, again we will be using the visible as well as the invisible figure counting method. Sorry, surface counting method. So let's start with the visible surfaces. Let's start counting all the visible surfaces. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this whole surface is 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I can see 11 visible surfaces. 11 visible surfaces. Next, we will move on to invisible surface. Okay, invisible surface. How many surfaces are invisible to our eyes for this 3D figure? Let's start with the bottom surface. Bottom surface, this is 1. Next, left side 2, back side 3, and this edge, the surface below this edge is also invisible. This is 4. Okay, I think there are 4 invisible surfaces in this given 3D figure. So 4. Totally we have 15 surfaces in this particular 3D figure. Like this, you have to count the number of surfaces on a given 3D figure. So this question is very simple, and these type of questions can be asked in NID examinations. Let's move on to the next question. This question is a previous year UC question. Let's check it out. Let's read the question very carefully. The figures shows views of the same solid. Count the number of surfaces. So the basic question here is you have to count the total number of surfaces, and in here 4 views of the same solid is given for you. So the main consideration here is you cannot count like front view, top view, side view, or the visible or invisible. In this you have to use your logical reasoning itself for this question. The main thing I want to highlight here is that for the previous questions, all the edges, we can see all the edges, and we can count the number of surfaces very easily, like 1, 2, 3 and 4. It was very easy for us. But for this question, all the surfaces are interconnected by some curvatures. So you have to take into the consideration of the curvatures. So there are connected surfaces. For example, if you observe the top surface, you can see a curvature over here. Okay, so this is the top surface, and if you observe this surface, this top surface is extending towards this side because of the curvature here. Okay, there is a curvature here. So because of the curvature, the top surface is expanding or continuing to the side as well. So similarly, if you continue from here to here, there is one more curvature over here. So the top surface is starting from here. The top surface is starting from here, and it is continuing towards the side, and it is also continuing towards the bottom side as well. So the whole surface is should be counted as only one surface. Okay, so likewise you have to count all other surface, and before counting the surface, let's name the figures, name the views. Okay, this is let me take this as first, this is second, let me take this as third, and this as fourth view of the same solid. Okay, you have to consider all the 4 figures while counting the surfaces simultaneously. Okay, next, if you count this one, this surface is not ending here. There's similarly there is a curvature over here. There is a radius here. So this surface is continuing from here and ending here. Okay, this is ending because there is a solid edge here as well as here. Okay, I think you got my point. So this surface is up to here. So there is another surface, I am marking it here. Next, again you have to apply the same principle for the whole process. This is a little bit time consuming. You have to be patient with the question, then you will be getting the correct answer. So observe this one. This one also start from here, then again here it also, there is a curvature, it extends towards here, and again here also there is a curvature, it also extends towards here. There is another curvature. So this one and here. So the whole surface here should be considered as a single surface. So before leaving it to that, we have to consider the second view of this solid as well. So if you look closely in this part, again there is a curvature, and so this surface is continuing from here and also continuing to the second view of the same solid. So let me mark it with another color. So let me mark it again. So this is a surface. This is continuing from here. Continuing from here. The surface is starting from here. Then there is a curvature over here. So again, this is continuing. Then if you come to the bottom side, this is again continuing here because there is a curvature over here. And this one, this face. And if you come to the second view of the same solid, there is also one more curvature over here. Okay, so one more curvature over here. So this extend up to this edge. So this colored surface should be taken as the second surface. Okay, so totally we have got 3 surfaces as of now. Next we can move on to next surface. So these cutouts can be considered as a single surfaces. So 1, 2, 3. 3 more surfaces we have obtained. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 surfaces we have obtained. Now I think from the first view of the solid, there is no other surface we can find. Next we can move on to the second view of the same solid. Okay, so in second view, again we have to follow the same technique. You have to search for the continuous surfaces. So if you start from here, there is a curvature over here, there is a radius. So this whole thing will be a single surface. Okay, then this L shape will be another surface. This square shape will be another surface. Then this is a rectangle. This surface is also visible, and this surface is also visible. Okay, I think that's all right. Now if you look at this surface is actually the continuation of this surface itself, because there is no solid edge separating those surfaces. So you have to be very careful about counting the number of surfaces. Okay, so next we can move on to the next surface. So this is a square surface. You can say a square surface. We can count it as one surface, and again it is having solid edges, so it is not having any continuation. Next, again, if you see the C shape, this C shape is having no curvature, so we can take this as a single surface. And I think the second view of the same solid, we have counted all the surfaces. Now let's move on to the third view of the same solid. So if you observe this C shape, the C shape on the second figure as well as the third view, both are same. So you no need to count it once more. So this is the C shape in the third view as well as the C shape in the second view both are same. So you no need to count it twice. Now let's check out the other surfaces over here. This is a curve. This curved surface. Let me change the color. This curved surface can be counted as one. This curved surface can also be counted as another surface, and the whole C surfaced figure. Okay, so this whole surface can be counted as one. So there are 3 surfaces, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now you can see one more C shape over here. So one more C shape is there. So this is another surface. Then again there is a curved path over here. There is a curved surface over here. This can be counted as one surface. Now I think we have counted all the surfaces from the third view of the same solid. Now we will move on to the fourth and final view of the solid. Okay, so again we have to look for the continuation. This shape is actually continuing over here. This shape is actually continuing over here. So you no need to count this shape. Already we have counted in third view. Okay, so now let's see this one. Okay, this is a single surface. The whole surface is a single surface because of this curvature. I am marking it as 1. Okay, next after that let's see what are the surface left out in the fourth view. So this D shape is there, so I'm marking it as here. And finally I think there is this C shape, the whole C shape which is present over here, and just counted it. So counting the total number of surfaces, we can see 5, 10, 15, 20. We can see 21 surfaces altogether. Okay, so this is a little bit lengthy process for counting the total number of surfaces. I think there is no other way around it, because we have to be very careful about the continuous surfaces and different views also. The same surfaces can be found on different views. You should not be recounting the same view again and again, and you should be very careful about that. I think you can do this very easily by practicing more questions like this. Let's move on to the next question. Let me read the question for you. A solid object made of cubes is shown below. This object is symmetric about all three axes and does not contain hollow spaces. How many cubes does the solid contains? Let's look out the solution for this question. So the main terms associated with this question is, this object is symmetric about all three axes, and you have to count the total number of cubes. Okay, so if you observe this question very carefully, you can see a Rubik's cube shape inside this solid object. I think I will try to make a drawing which shows the Rubik's cube or 3 by 3 or the 3 by 3 square matrix. And if you can imagine like that, it will be easier for you to do this question. So let me draw that Rubik's cube or 3 by 3 square matrix for you. So you should be able to imagine in this figure. I think you can see a Rubik's cube inside. Okay, so now you can see a Rubik's cube over here, and if you analyze this, for a Rubik's cube, there are 6 faces. There are 6 faces for Rubik's cube, and if you closely observe this object, solid object, there is a plus sign. Okay, the plus shaped arrangement of cubes on all the 6 sides of this cube. So we can easily count the total number of cubes present in this solid. So for a 3 by 3 square matrix, the total number of cubes can be counted very easily. So for each side there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 cubes per side. So there are total number of 3 faces, 3 sides. So 9 into 3, there are 27 cubes present in this 3 by 3 square cube. Okay, so and if you consider there are 6 faces and the plus shaped arrangement of the cube are present on all the 6 faces, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 cubes are arranged in the plus shape. So for 6 faces there are 5 cube arranged in a plus shape. So 6 into 5, 30. So 30 plus 27, total 57 cubes are present in this solid figure. Okay, I think you have understood this question. The main thing is that you have to be very careful about the symmetry, as well as you have to count the total number of cubes. Suppose there are some other questions also in UCIT in which the same pattern is followed. You have to deal with the symmetry as well as counting the total number of cubes or any other shapes provided in the question. So let's move on to the next question. Let me read the question for you. From one side of the solid cube of side 2 units, a square pyramid of height 1 unit was removed as shown in the image. resulting in a solid with 9 surfaces. If one more pyramid of the same dimensions is removed from another side of the resultant solid, how many surfaces can the new resultant solid have? So this is a little tricky question. I will not say tricky, but a lengthy question. You have to understand the wording of the question very carefully. Let's see the first part of the question. Okay. From one side of a solid cube, so there is a solid cube, and from that solid cube, from one side a pyramid, square pyramid is removed. Okay, after removing that solid pyramid, square pyramid, the total number of surfaces obtained is 9 surfaces. So before removing the solid pyramid, how many surfaces will be there on a solid cube? There will be 6 faces. There are 6 faces for a solid cube, so there will be 6 surfaces on a solid cube. Okay, if you remove a pyramid from one side, the question is saying that there will be 9 surfaces. Let us check it out. Let us check the question first. Let me draw this clearly for you. Okay, so from this face, from this particular face, a pyramid, solid pyramid was removed. So let's count the total number of surfaces. So this face is gone. So the remaining faces on a cube, solid cube is 1, 2, this one is 3, this is 4, and bottom surface is 5. There are 5 surfaces or faces on a solid cube left. So after removing, how many faces you can see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 faces here. So 5 plus 4, there are 9 faces in the resultant solid. Okay, so this is the question. Now we will move on to the main part of the question. Let's read. If one more pyramid of same dimension is removed from another side, not this side, another side of the resultant solid, how many surfaces can the new solids have? Okay, so let me undo this one. I am trying to remove one more solid pyramid from this cube. Okay, you can imagine if we remove one solid pyramid, how many new faces we have obtained? We have obtained 4. 1 minute. How many new surfaces we have obtained? We have obtained 4 new surfaces. Okay, if you are removing one more pyramid from a solid cube, one of the face from the solid cube will be removed, and 4 more surfaces will be added. So 4 surfaces. If we consider the opposite face to this particular face, if you remove the solid pyramid from this face, total number of surfaces will be, this is 1, this is 2, the bottom side, back side 4, and there are 4 surfaces inside it. 1, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and similarly there will be 4 surfaces behind also. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there will be total 12 number of surfaces available in the new resultant solid. So in the option, the C option is right answer for us. But I have not told you this in the beginning of this question. This particular question is from MSQ part of the USEED question. MSQ means multiple select question. That means from A, B, C, D, multiple answers can be right. So there are chances that there may be 10 surfaces, 11 surfaces, or 13 surfaces. Option A, B, D can also be a right answer. So what we have done here is that we have removed, let me clear it once more. We have removed one surface from one side, and we have removed another solid pyramid from the opposite side. So there is one more chance for removing solid pyramid from this cube. So if we remove the solid pyramid from the adjacent side of the removed part, the number of surfaces obtained may differ. Okay, if you remove the solid surface from the opposite part, we have obtained 12 surfaces. What if we remove a solid pyramid from the adjacent side? So for better understanding, we will show you the 3D model of this shape so that you can get a grasp of the idea. Okay, so let's move on to the 3D part. We have made a 3D model of this same question. This is the first part of the question. If you are removing a solid pyramid, solid square pyramid from the cube, this will be the scenario. And the first question, if you remove the solid pyramid from both the sides, both the opposite side, from this face as well as from this face, if you are removing the solid pyramid, this will be the case. So like this, we are removing one solid pyramid. Here also we are removing a solid pyramid. The second part, second option will be if you are removing solid pyramid from adjacent sides. Okay, adjacent sides, this will be the case. Okay, so we are removing adjacent, we are removing the solid pyramid from the adjacent sides. Okay, this 3D image, 3D model is the option where both the solid pyramid, so the solid square pyramid is removed from opposite side, this face as well as this face. So if we count total number of surfaces in this one, we can count start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again from the opposite side 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are the 4 plus 4, 8 surfaces we will be getting, and the top surface, side surface, bottom surface and the back surface. So 4, 4 and another 4 surfaces. So there are totally 12 surfaces will be obtained if we remove square pyramid from opposite side. Now let's check the other option. So this is a 3D model for the other option, the other possibility, that we are removing the solid square pyramid from adjacent side of the cube. So if you are removing solid square pyramid from adjacent side, let's check total number of surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and other surfaces of the cube. 7, 8, 9 and the bottom surface 10. So in this possibility, if the pyramids are taken from the adjacent side, there are 10 surfaces in the resultant solid. So as we have seen in the 3D model, so if you are removing square pyramid from adjacent side, the total surfaces of the resultant solid cube will be 10. So here option A as well as option C are right answer. So in this multiple select questions, MSQs, you should be very careful about answering the final, marking the final answers. So in this particular question, option A 10 surfaces and option C 12 surfaces, both are right answer. This is the final question. This question is a practice question for you. I will read the question for you. 4 views of a convex solid are shown. How many surfaces does the solid have? So you have to, again you have to count the total number of surfaces for this particular solid. Please comment the correct answer for this question in the comment box. We will pin the correct answer. So today we have discussed about surface counting and we have discussed different types of questions in the topic of surface counting. Keep practicing more questions in this topic. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you.